came from God. We talking about next level? I'm finna show you how to get there. I've been debating on how I was gonna do this, but I thought the best way to go about this is just tell you my story. And in my story, maybe you can see some of yourself. Listen, man, anybody can be successful, but you gotta understand something. It's hard. It's hard, man. You can take all the courses you want. It's hard. You can go down there to the church and hold your hands in a prayer circle. When you get through praying, it's gonna be hard. You go to school, you can get all the degrees you want. When you get them degrees and you hang them on the wall, if you want to be successful, it's gonna be hard. It's hard being successful. That's the first thing you need to understand.
YouTube channel. And enyoma baako mienu bi ana mepese meneo share. Sene beya ebetimi a transform your life. And I say ebetimi a change your life. Na question baako a membusa ne se lockdown bae eden ana wasua from. Eden lessons ana wasua from. What are some of the lessons that you have learned from this lockdown or this pandemic that is? If you don't have anything yet, I have a good news for you. Something that you can do. You will start from zero and end up to become somebody. I'm here to encourage you and help you to know that there is something that you can do to help yourself and help others and help your generation. Have you noticed that there is this internet, or we live in a generation of internet? Everything is about internet. You can use internet to buy something on net. You can use internet to sell something. You can use internet to learn something. So, what am I trying to say? All I'm trying to say is that you have something in you that you need to bring it out to help others and help yourself and also help your generation. You have something in you. Every man has a talent in him and many more. So I'm here to encourage you and announce to you that we live in a generation that you can use this internet. You can use this internet and help yourself, others, and your generation. Or this seed need to come out and be a blessing to others. Your talent can be a singing. Your talent can be a cook. Your talent can be a creator. You can create something. Your talent can be a helper or a teacher, footballer, trainer, and many more.
But you got to understand something. It's hard. It's hard, man. You can take all the courses you want. It's hard. You can go down there to the church and hold your hands in a prayer circle. When you get through praying, it's going to be hard. You go to school, you can get all the degrees you want. When you get them degrees and you hang them on the wall, if you want to be successful, it's going to be hard. It's hard being successful. That's the first thing you need to understand. I was telling you that I lived in a car for 3 years. In my 30s, I was homeless. I was homeless based off of a decision I made. October 8th, 1985, I walked in a comedy club for the very first time. Never been in a comedy club, but I had been writing jokes for a dude taking my jokes, going to a comedy club. He was paying me $10 for it. I had never been to a comedy club, had never heard of a comedy club. I was writing for a buddy of mine named AJ Jamal. He would pay me $10 a joke. One day, I was writing some jokes for him, and I was over his house to drop him off, and this girl named Gladys Jacobs came over to the house, and she said, "You the dude that's writing the jokes for AJ Jamal?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "He the funniest dude at the comedy club." I said, "At the what?" She said, "He's the funniest dude at the comedy club." I'm 27. I've never heard of a comedy club. Now, all my life, I wanted to be on TV. I'm going to tell you that story a little bit later. But I just said, man, at the comedy club, she said, "You should come." She said, "Why don't you tell the jokes yourself?" Now, I'm thinking, I said, man, this could be what I've been asking God my whole life. See, some of you in this spot where you keep asking God, what do I do next? What's my next move? You know the hardest thing about your life? Trying to figure it out. Ain't that hard? But do you know that you ain't supposed to do that? Do you know that God already designed you for a purpose in life? And if you would just simply ask God what it was, he could guide you to it, and the search for what I'm supposed to do would be over. But oh no, we so busy figuring it out. I got news for you. How to do something, the how-to is none of your business. That's what I never knew. So I was just wanting, man, to just be on TV since I was a little kid. And the girl said, "Come to the comedy club." So I go to the comedy club with her. She said, "We're going to go Tuesday night. I want you to sign up to perform next week. And then I want you to see how I go first." I said, "Cool." So I went, I walked in the comedy club, I signed up for the following week, and I sit down, supposed to be 10 dudes perform. 9 of them went up. Now I ain't laughed all night. She said, "You're not laughing at none of these jokes?" You know why? Because what they were doing was my actual gift. It was the thing I've been doing my whole life. So I wasn't laughing at their jokes because I knew everything they was gonna say, and I knew everything they should have said where the joke would have really been funny. So I'm just sitting there just a student, man. So it got to the 10th guy, and they called his name, and nobody went up. And they called his name again. They said, "Well, looks like number 10 isn't here. We're gonna go to next week's list. Steve Harvey, come on up." I looked at that girl, Gladys, I said, "This crazy." I said, "There's somebody in here got the same name I got." She said, "You really can't be this stupid." She said, "Boy, that's you." I run up on stage, I ain't got nothing. First thing I say to the audience is, "Hey, I appreciate y'all clapping, but I ain't supposed to be here. I'm on next week's show." So the girl Gladys yelled out, "Tell them about when you was boxing." So on the way down, I had told her this story about boxing. So I did the boxing joke. Mike Tyson loves to fight. Yes. He don't care if it's in the ring or out the ring, man or woman. Mike just wants to get it on. And if you don't think that's true, you just ask that heavyweight fighter Mitch Green. These people was in the flow laughing. So then I ain't had nothing else. So I had wrote some jokes for my buddy AJ Jamal that I hadn't sold to him yet. So I said, well, hell, let me try these. So I did them jokes. They died laughing. They brought me off stage. They brought all 10 of us up on stage. They had a clap off. That night, I won the clap off. I won amateur night, October 8th, 1985. They paid me $50. I get in the car. I'm 40 minutes from my house. Gladys is driving me home. I'm crying the entire time. I can't stop crying. She said, "What you crying for? It's just $50. I said, no, you don't understand. This ain't $50. I've been born tonight. This ain't $50. This God answering a prayer of mine that I've been praying for 20 years. This ain't $50. This what I'm gonna do the rest of my life. I went to work the next day, October 8th, 1985, and quit my job. I have done nothing since October 8th, 1985, except one thing. I've been telling these here jokes. That's all I've ever done. That gift that God gave me, you know, the Bible says your gift will make room for you. It'll make room for you. See, if you're not doing your gift, you're wasting your time. Your gift will make room for you. You got to identify your God-given gift. If you don't identify your gift, you're going to waste your time. Telling jokes is my gift. So even as a motivational speaker, I use my gift. Nothing's more boring than sitting up listening to somebody talk for 45 minutes and you ain't laughed in 45 minutes. Listen, if I want to, I could turn this into a comedy show. I promise everybody in here be throwing up. If I want to. 1968, came off school off of a summer vacation. I'm 10 years old. The assignment